Hey everybody, Deplorable Bobby here. This is the way I see it. Tonight we have a special guest. Dangerous Freedom is going to join us. I was going to have Alex from Disabled Vets Perspective with me tonight, but he's not feeling well. So keep him in your prayers. And Dangerous Freedom was kind enough to join me and fill in the loop. So we're going to get started. I want to remind everybody about the Patriot Swarm. You got to remember DM, Inglorious Patriots, Sam, Sandra Ann McGibbon, and the Midnight Sun out of Alaska. Great ladies and great patriots, and Dave's a great man. So I'm just going to gather you in here, get a few subs in here, and see if maybe we can get this thing started. I'll bring him Dangerous Freedom in just a minute. I want to remind everybody, there's nobody in here, but I'm going to remind everybody who sees the replay that Sunday night I'll be live with American Warhorse. And then Wednesday night, live stream at 8 o'clock. Thursday night, I'll be with Tony Patriot on his channel. He's been gracious enough to ask me to join him, and I'm looking forward to that. And then, of course, we have the Friday night live stream. And we have Margot Dahlgren and Dangerous Freedoms in here. Pete the Patriot. That's great. Right. I'm glad people are coming in. I've got 8 people in here, it says. So let me get 2 more. The Memo. Margot Dahlgren. Maggie Moses. It's great to see you people coming in. We've already got 8. It won't be but a minute. We'll have a couple more. We've got 11. So we can start this live stream. I apologize for the glare, but that's my laptop shooting off my glasses, and without my glasses, I can't see 2 feet in front of my face. So pardon the glare, but we're going to get started with this, and I'm going to go ahead and shout out a couple of people. We have to remember Tony Patriot, the Inglorious Patriots, Stony Stone. Check out Stony Stone. He has a great channel. He's got a lot of subs, but let me tell you, this man, he knows his stuff, and he brings fantastic information that we all need to hear. So as we get started, Shonda Graphics is in here, and Fred Knott, and DM the Mod, the best mod going on YouTube. She's a dear friend, and I'll tell you what, she knows her stuff, and she's fantastic. Gary Holland's in here. So I'll get some of these shout outs going on, and then I'm going to bring in Dangerous Freedom. And we might as well do that right now. So let's bring Dangerous Freedom in here. And there he is.
Hey,
hello, Ron. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing well.
Hey, man, I appreciate you filling in for Alex tonight, man. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, I can't really step into his shoes, man. That's big shoes to fill, but yeah, I'm always here to help.
Yeah, and you got a great channel too. So everybody, pick up Dangerous Freedom if you don't know him. But we're going to talk a little bit tonight about some stuff. And when I actually came up with this topic, I was looking at Civil War in America. But we have to remember, it's not so much the Civil War in America that we have to be concerned with. It's the Revolutionary War that could be coming. So let's look at it that way. I'll be saying Civil War because I've already got it all written down right here. But when I talk about the Civil War, I'm also talking about the revolution that's coming to America. And it's coming in strength and in force. And we patriots are going to stand strong. We're not going to be put down, and we're not going to take a back seat to any Democrat. We are going to stand strong as patriots for our president, for our flag, our Constitution, and our fellow patriots in America. So we're going to get started. Ron, I know that people in here, most of them know you, but just give us a quick overview of what's going on in your life.
Well, I'm 46. I've lived a fairly rough life, but I've made it this far. I'm kind of a survivor, and now I've kind of just jumped in the whole. not really political game, but I've noticed that what do they say? You don't have to be into politics, but eventually politics is gonna be into you, or so something like that. You
Yeah,
know,
if you care about America, it's inevitable.
if you don't keep an eye on them, eventually they're gonna intrude on your own life, and they are intruding on our lives. That's their nature. So,
That's exactly what they do. We got history being here.
hey, B,
And Fred Knott, Pete the Patriot, Margot Dahlgren,
all
and of
great
course, DM DeMott.
people.
Great people. Yeah, we got 12 people in here. To be honest with you, that's more than I thought we'd have to start off. We're going up against a great man right now, and that's President Trump. He's got a rally going on, but he hasn't started.
Yeah, he kind of steals the spotlight.
Florida Jim,
Hey,
squad chicks in here. But yeah, we're going up against somebody that we can't defeat and don't want to. We want to support him and all that he does.
Well, yeah.
But maybe we'll get through most of this before he does go live. He's always late, fashionably late.
Yeah, he's busy man.
Yeah. So we're going to talk a little bit today about Civil War in America, but you have to keep in the back of your mind that I'm also speaking about the revolution that's coming to America. My question is this: how, when, and why has the United States of America now arrived at the brink of another civil war? Civil war in America today will be very different than the Civil War of the 1860s. America today it's explicit, and it's not like the North and the South Civil War that we had back in the 1860s. That was our first Civil War. Today we have Democrats and Republicans in every city and state across America. We're a group of people with different beliefs, and we all live in the same neighborhoods or the same towns. So we have to remember that we're not all Trump supporters and we're not all Republicans. You know, a new civil war would mean that family, friends, neighbors will all be killing each other over politics and nothing more. It's all about politics. Today we have the Dems and the Republicans, like I said, in every state. And there's a US, and there's a us and them polarization across America today. Much similar to the 1860s, if you really look at it. This divide has been slowly developing for decades. Would you like to comment on the polarization in America today between the Republicans and the Democrats, the patriots and the left?
Really, there's not a whole lot to expound on. I mean, you know, when you were talking about the South, when they wanted to secede from the Union, that's when that's when martial law, or what the hell is the name of that, maritime law, what is it, whatever was enacted during the Civil War, and that has kind of thrown a wrench in a lot of stuff. And I think that's where the government really got the power to be as huge and obtrusive as it is. As far as the polarization, yeah, people are going to fight, and unfortunately some of these people are so confused, and that's the problem with a lot of the leftists or the liberal mindset, is they're confused. They're living in almost a fantasy land, I want to say, you know, because they want to sit there on their pillar, or stand up on their pillar, and think they're holier than thou or better than us, and it's like, shut up or we're going to knock you off that pillar. You know.
Well, but you know, the polarization in America today, I really believe is all because of the left. They're the ones who want us polarized. They're the ones who want us separated. They're the ones who want us to be angry and mad and fight each other. They're looking to destroy America, and they're going to try to do it from within.
Yeah, and that's a dangerous game, because they're picking on the people with all the guns and bullets.
That's true. Let's see, a couple more people got in here. Let me call them out real quick. Fred Knott, Willman 757, Sandra Ann McGibbon, Dollar Tidwell. Excuse me, Knight's Armory is in here like you thought he would be. So he's in here with us, Ron. And Knight's Armory is a great guy. You need to check him out on Saturday and Sunday mornings. Check out DM and History Bee on Saturday nights at 9 o'clock.
Alex, I made a video, not to cut you off, dude.
Go ahead.
Jim, I made a video on Halloween night. You should go check it out, dude. I think you might get a kick out of that.
Well, everybody go check out Dangerous Freedom and his last couple of videos. He's a great patriot. That's why I have him on here tonight.
Good friend.
But I want to mention a couple of things. You know, I must say that the election of President Trump, it has had it's caused an electrical barrier. And the party is totally divided as America. We have the Republicans and the Democrat, and they're so divided that I don't know if we'll ever come back together again. We Trump supporters love our president for his blunt talk on gender, racial divides, ethnicity, and the Dems hate him for it. The Democrats absolutely hate President Trump. There's no good that this man could do. This man could save kittens from a burning building, and he would be condemned for it.
Yep.
It doesn't matter what he does. You know, political polarization is an all-time high in America. Republicans and Dems are split on the hottest issues, like abortion and guns.
Mm-hmm.
And I know I'm talking about your topic now. But while we're talking about guns, before I get going too far, I want to show everybody my new edition. I just have to remember which side it's on.
That side, Bobby.
But ladies and gentlemen,
oh, look at that.
This gun that has a 12 gauge. I got to get it in the screen.
Get it in the center. There, you got it.
A 12 gauge sawed off pump with a Raptor pistol grip. Man, I'm going to tell you, this gun is absolutely awesome. So if anybody wants to get a 12 gauge, I recommend Mossberg 590 Shockwave. It's got a 14-inch barrel, 21 inches overall length. I'm going to tell you, it packs a punch.
Great little varmint gun.
There's the new addition to my family. I had to show that. I mean, I love my guns, and as a matter of fact, next month I'll have another one. I've got a Smith & Wesson 9mm that'll be in my possession next month. But we're going to talk about some stuff, you know, how things happen. Because we as people are split along racial, religious, and cultural lines. The days of partisan understanding are now withered like grapes on the vine. There is no more getting along with the Democrats and the Republicans. It's not going to happen. The Dems are so set on taking down this president that they think of absolutely nothing else. They have set for this whole session of Congress, they have done nothing. They have passed no laws. They have done nothing that matters. The only thing they want to do is to take down our sitting president.
Mm-hmm.
And I, for one, am locked and loaded and ready to go if the call ever comes. I'm not afraid to fight. I don't want to fight. Nobody does. But I'll tell you, my friends, I served 6 years in the military, and I still live by the oath that I took that day I enlisted. Nobody to this time has ever relieved me of that oath. I know you hear that from a lot of people, but to me, it comes straight from the heart. I'm a true patriot. I'm a true American, and I love this country, and I love our president. And we can't allow the demon rats to destroy what we have worked 200 years and more to make. You know, this country is the greatest nation in the world.
Mm-hmm.
But yet the demon rats want to destroy it and make us a third world country.
They're trying. They are trying. They're trying hard, Bobby. Yeah, I'll expound on that.
Go right ahead. That's why I got you here.
This whole impeachment thing that they're trying to do, they're basically telling everybody that voted for Trump, your vote didn't count, is what they're doing. And that's really a dumb move. I mean, it can't be any worse than like what's that? Robert O'Dork that came out and said we're going to take your guns.
And he meant it when he said it.
We know their damn agenda now, and anybody with half a brain is like, "Whoa, no, I'm not going to vote for that." So thank God Trump came along, but yeah, when he got elected, it put a lot of these people in psycho mode. I mean, some of them have just begun. They've gone berserk. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Well, they've been berserk. They're just showing it now.
They've been entitled.
They don't have any other choice now. I mean, President Trump is winning, and they're trying to do anything they can to cut his legs out from under him because they can't stand the fact that they lost the 2016 election. And that's what it's all about.
Yeah, well, they don't give a shit about us in the middle. All us people in the middle, they don't care. You know, if you're not in the clique or whatever their clique, they don't care. Yeah, they're idiots.
Well, you know, and that's why we have so much resentment and anger. You know, and it's the norm now for the demon rats to have resentment and anger against all patriots. You know, the racial and religious and cultural animosity today, it was abundant in the years leading up to the bloodiest war that was ever fought on American soil. And that was the Civil War. And next to that was probably the Revolutionary War. And that's what we're in today, is we're in a revolution. I don't want a civil war. We're going to have a war. Let's have a revolutionary war. Let's bring America back to the country that it was when our founding fathers made this a nation. Let's keep God and country first. God, family, and country means everything to a true patriot. Go ahead.
And guns.
Oh, of course, guns. You got to have your guns. You know as well as I do, man. I'm a big gun man, but not as big as some. But I support the Second Amendment 100%. And you know, the First Amendment is our right to speak. You know, we have the right to say anything that we want to, but the Second Amendment is what enforces that right.
Yeah, it's the teeth.
That's the teeth of the matter. So true.
And that's why our forefathers framed it that way, is because once you lose your right to speak, your voice, then you only have one other option, really, because tyranny is coming. Actually, tyranny and socialism has already worked its way into our society. That's why all of us are feeling it, and for some reason, it's ramping up. I mean, like seriously, it wants to ramp up. You have certain states like Massachusetts, they've got one of those assault weapons bans, and that's one of the states in our union, and that totally goes against our Second Amendment. They just told these people, hey, your Second Amendment doesn't count.
Well, to these people, the whole Constitution doesn't matter.
We've got patriots like Jared over there at Guns and Gadgets. He lives in Massachusetts, and he's constantly, you know, standing up, you know, being voiced out, and you know, he calls out their bullshit, but nothing gets done.
Well, you know, that's the good thing about our patriot movement, though. We have people like Inglorious Patriot. He's in New Jersey.
Oh,
we have you in Arizona. We have Stony Stone in Illinois. We've got Disabled Vest Perspective and Tony Patriot and Ninth Armory.
Yep,
you know, and DM in Florida. Great patriots. You know, we have 12B Georgia and Sam Tampa. We've got people all over the country, all standing for the same thing. And I put up there, armed American patriot said death for treason. And that's why I put it on the screen, because that's what it should be. That's why Hillary Clinton, Joe Biden, Barack Obama, Brennan, Clapper, Comey, all of these people are treasonous against America. And they all need to be arrested and summarily
punished.
Well,
we'll leave it at punished.
We know they should be taken out.
Yes.
You know, you're not going to take them out, send them to Gitmo. Put them before martial law. Put them before a court-martial trial. in a court martial, when they pass sentence, it's immediate. And I'm not preaching death to anybody, but I'm going to tell you right now, some of these people are so treasonous, so against America, that they deserve the death penalty.
Yeah.
They need to be taken out. They need to be done away with. And I know that sounds like genocide, and that's not what I'm talking about.
No, it's
we need to convert as many of these demon rats over to the truth as we can. But there's many demon rats that will never move away from Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama, and the death of America. So we have to stand strong. And Dangerous Freedom, that's one reason that you and I are such good friends. We believe the same. We love this country, no matter what. You know what? America hasn't always been good to me, you know, but I've always loved America. And we have to take whatever's handed to us. And, you know, if they give you peanut butter, buy some jelly, you know, and get this stuff going. America Joe is in here. He likes your banner, Ron.
Thank you, Joe.
Yeah. And Tony's in here. He's listening. He's at work. But, you know, politics no longer allows for us to compromise. We are truly a nation divided. Not by North and South. We're divided.
All right. Yeah, we are. I wanted to go back to the point you made about, you know, loving America, but not America always loving me. And I would dare to say that America has always loved you. The government is the one that does not like us. The government doesn't like people like us.
That's
not
true.
in general.
And no, they don't.
And obviously, a lot of the liberal places don't like us very much either. I've noticed that I've noticed a ramp up of the censorship recently, even with my channel. And I've got a little tiny channel, you know, but they're censoring even me. And it's like, what the hell? All right. Go on there, bro.
NorCal on the right says the Revolutionary War killed 6,008. What is that? 6,800 killed.
68.
I think he meant 68,000.
Yeah,
maybe. I don't know how it went. And then
680,000.
Yeah, it says 61,000 injured, 20,000 taken prisoner. Civil War, 620,000.
Even more. Yeah, even more.
Civil War was the bloodiest war ever fought on American soil.
Because it was only us.
Well, you can take the Vietnam War, the Revolutionary War, World War I and World War II, and you still won't come up to the number that we had die right here in this country. Brothers against brothers, father against son, neighbor against neighbor. And we can never allow that to happen again.
And we also can't allow a Mao. Remember that guy? Mao?
Mao Zedong?
Yeah, Mao Zedong. Yeah, the guy, he killed like 60 million of his people or something like that.
You know, even back then, before they had the Civil War, the press, they called it then. Today we call it the mainstream media. But they preached the exact same thing then that the demon rats in Washington are preaching right now. And there's no difference. It's all about a divide. They want to divide America. They can't divide us north and south. So now they're going to divide us in our neighborhoods, in our own families even. I mean, I have people in my family who cannot believe that I support Trump. I don't know what rock they crawled out from under, but they don't have very much of my blood in them, because I'm a true American patriot and I'm ready to fight. I'm an old man, but I love the smell of gunpowder.
Who doesn't?
I do. I love the smell of gunpowder. And if that's what it takes in the end, that's what it's going to take. I'm hoping that maybe we can have a coming together somewhere down the road after this impeachment stuff's all out of the way and the demon rats are exposed for their treachery and their deceit, their lies, their contempt. Not only for the president of this great country, but for you and me who support him. I don't even think they support America as a nation. I believe they want us to be a third world country. I really believe that.
They want to do away with our Constitution, Bobby. You know, that piece of paper that took our rights given to us by God, and just no, you know, and they sell them back to us. That's how they do it. They'll take one of our personal rights, one of our God-given rights, inalienable, enumerated right, and then they'll sell it back to us and be like, oh, no, you can do this now that you give us money. Dude, they're already stealing from us. Government of itself has no money except from what they get from the people. And right now, it's not even asking the people, it's telling the people, you pay us or we're going to come to your house with guns. And what do we have left? Well, the last time there was a real standoff, the Bundy Ranch was a good one.
That's a great one. Tell us about that.
The people, the patriots, stood up against the government, and the government lost. Because the government...
Give us a little insight into that, because believe it or not, there's a lot of patriots that don't even know about the Bundy Ranch.
You know what? I think probably somebody like History would probably be better off for that. I mean, I only know enough to where this Bundy, this rancher, and he used to take his cows onto a certain land and let them graze. And all of a sudden, the Bureau of, I believe it was the Bureau of Land Management, came in and said, hey, no, you can't be here. And they brought in their guns. But, you know, Bundy made his calls, and he got so many 3%ers and patriots out there that, I mean, nobody, thank God, no shots were fired. But it was a serious standoff. And after it went through the Supreme Court, they said, no, Bundy was right. He won the lawsuit.
Well, you know, I'm not a big supporter of the Branch Davidian group, you know, down in Waco.
Oh, no. Yeah. No.
I'm not a big supporter of them, but I think that the actions that were taken against them were excessive and way over the mark. Sure, there was a standoff, but the Davidian group didn't fire any shots.
Nope.
At the Americans that were, or the police and law enforcement.
ATF, I believe it was ATF and FBI.
That's right.
And, yeah, and they. No, actually, no. I don't even think in that case that they killed any of the FBI. Although I know in Ruby Ridge, FBI agent shot the kid's dog, and then the kid shot the FBI agent, killed him, and then he was sniped, and the mother was sniped. Really.
Yeah, holding a baby, I believe.
Yeah, while holding her baby. Yep.
Yeah, and you know, I know in the Waco thing with the Branch Davidians, the FBI, the ATF, whoever it was, did get up on the lower roof there, and were trying to gain access from the upper floor. And there were a couple of FBI agents or ATF agents shot, and I still think it could have been handled a little bit better. You know, I'll reserve judgment on that because I wasn't there, but it was a shame and a disgrace, you know, for the, no matter what those people did, they were held up in a house, you know, and they did have weapons. Sure they did. But so do I. I don't have gasoline cans sitting around the rooms, you know, so I can blow them up.
No.
But yeah, I mean, I believe in owning guns. And I guess they had a few too many guns, and the ATF and FBI didn't like it, and they felt they had to take them down, just like the Bundy Ranch and Ruby Ridge and all these other things that should never have happened.
But even like Ruby Ridge, you know, he won that lawsuit too, but he had to lose his son and his wife in the process. Yeah. And that's just the government for you. They've gotten too big. Our government is tyrannical. Anybody that doesn't see that now, really, you need to go back and like sit back and open your eyes and see what's going on. And when the government intrudes in your life, then they're already too big.
You're exactly right. You know, there were the fields of blood from the Civil War battles show that what can happen when extremely polarized people and their leaders fight over what America should be and what we will become in an atmosphere of distrust, hatred, threatening violence, and the MSN manipulation. And I think a lot of this stuff, it comes down from the demon rats. Everything they have, the mainstream media gets their talking points at 4 a.m. and they're all, doesn't matter. You go to CNN, MSNBC, or even Fox, they all are talking about the exact same talking points. Somebody's given the mainstream media these talking points to bring up, and they try to swamp the media to get their point across. But yet you have President Trump and other patriots that they squelch. They try to keep everything down on the low, and all they care about is themselves. And I heard something the other day about Schiff and Pelosi. I don't know if you've heard it or not. This is not on my script, but I'm going to bring it up. But according to Inglorious Patriot, he said that there were coffee mugs found in Syria where they killed Baghdadi. They found coffee mugs sitting on a table, and they ran them through forensics. And guess whose fingerprints were on those mugs?
Nancy Pelosi and Adam Schiff.
Yeah, Skeletor Pelosi and Shifty Adam Schiff.
Yeah, I call him something else.
Now, we know for a fact they went to the Middle East. They said they went to Saudi Arabia. Maybe they did fly into Saudi Arabia.
Alex, yeah, Alex had a really good breakdown on his opinion on this.
Okay, fill me in.
I'm filling in for him. So Alex, I'm not trying to speak for you, and I hope you get well soon, brother. But
Me too.
anyways, no, he was saying that he thinks they took like a jumper plane or whatever when they got there, and they landed. Where did he say? I can't. Alex, man, he's a smart guy, but
He's got it going on. Yeah.
Took a little jumper plane over to was it Iran or wherever this Baghdadi guy was. Afghanistan. Wait, where was that?
They flew into Saudi Arabia, and then they went to Syria.
Where was Baghdadi when they killed him?
Syria.
He was in
I
Syria.
do believe he was in Syria.
Yeah, but anyways, Alex thinks that they met up with him, and he was an asset for them.
Yep.
And I mean, that would make sense. I mean, drug dealing is a big business, and especially if you have like seats of power in it. And I wouldn't be surprised if the government, one of the biggest drug dealers on the planet.
Well, you have to remember, you remember George Bush Sr.? His nickname was Poppy, and his name was Poppy Bush. And he was called Poppy Bush because he had American soldiers guarding the poppy fields. And everybody knows that poppies, make heroin. So here you had the President of the United States sending in American troops to guard these poppy fields. I'm not going to say that he's a drug dealer, but I'm going to tell you what, people, you need to do your research into the Bushes, the Clintons, the Obamas, the Podestas, the Soroses, all of these people. They've been, go ahead.
Well, don't they have ties where they were selling to both sides? Well, I know
that was Poppy Bush's daddy. Yeah, during World War II, he was supplying both sides with weapons.
What's shady? I mean, I can understand the business aspect of it, but when your entire country is at war with another country, it's really dirty to give the other side jack shit, in my opinion. And yes, I said that.
History B says, hello, my fellow patriots. My hands are full, or I would say hello. Well, I hit the wrong one. Hang on. Let me find History B. This thing is scrolling so fast I can't keep up with it.
People are happy to see us.
I love to see History B in here.
I feel the same way, like on History B and DM's channel. I love being there. You guys, DM, I'm telling me I owe more money.
Yeah. You need to pay that cuss jar a little bit more money.
We've got such beautiful patriot women. I mean, I'll leave it at that. We have you.
Stephen said that if our nation would turn to God, God would bless this nation richly. He would.
Oh,
We
absolutely.
once were a God-fearing nation. We actually, God meant something. God is in our Constitution.
The Creator, yeah.
Yeah. Our forefathers believed in the supreme God. And as American patriots, we have to do the same thing. And yes, History B, I called your name. I tried to put your last comment up there, but it scrolled past me and I couldn't catch it. So we're glad you're here, History B. We're going to be relying on you to fill in the blanks because you're our history teacher. Let me bounce this off of you for a minute, Ron.
Uh-huh.
The 2020 election will go past and beyond nastiness and division and plunge America into a new level of delusion. And that's what's going on in America right now. These demon rats are delusional to even think.
Living a fantasy. They're living a fantasy.
There's no way they're going to take down our sitting president. There's no way we're going to let that happen. If he gets impeached and they try to take him out of office, I'm going to tell you, there's going to be a whole lot more trouble for them than they ever thought they would have. They really think that people are supporting this demon rat ideology that they're trying to preach to everybody. And here you have Adam Schiff. Shifty Adam Schiff is little shifty Adam Schiff, as President Trump calls him. And here he is coming out with blatant lies against our president. He's holding meetings in the basement of Congress with behind closed doors. They're doing everything behind our backs, and they're going to do nothing in front of our face.
No.
We have at least now have Pelosi saying that she's going to have it go before Congress. But I'm going to tell you, brother, this impeachment stuff is just a bunch of garbage. It'll never succeed.
Well, Bobby, we already have secret courts. I mean, that was proven.
Oh, yeah, sure.
I mean, thank God Trump was elected and was able to shine a light on this. But these things, the FISA court, that is a secret court. Dude, and red flag laws are the same damn thing. They go to the court without you being present, and they deem you irresponsible to own guns or whatever. I don't know how they say
a danger to yourself or others.
Danger to yourself or others, and they'll come in and take your property. And why? Because this neighbor doesn't like guns, or you have an ex-girlfriend that got pissed at you. I mean, it's just ridiculous. I mean, I don't trust him. Luckily, we don't have them here in Arizona. They brought him over to the mayor or the governor's desk, and he was like, no, I'm not going to sign on to that.
Well, now you're talking about red flag laws. And I'm going to tell you, brother, it's
disarming the people. Disarming.
Exactly.
It's unconstitutional. It's unlawful. Well, anything into an anti-Second Amendment is unconstitutional. There is only one guideline in the Second Amendment: shall not be infringed. You know what? When my son turned 18, I built him a rifle. I built him his first rifle, and he knows that rifle well, and he is ready and trained with that rifle. Mm-hmm. And when my youngest son turns 18, he's going to have his own rifle too. Because at 18, I still believe you become part of the militia. Actually, sometimes earlier. Some kids are prepared when they're 16 or even 15. And I have no issue with that.
Thank you, DM.
You must always be prepared for the fight, Alex. Always be prepared for the fight.
There. Always be prepared. You have to be prepared. And speaking of prepared, we must be prepared for any emergency, and to include civil war or revolutionary war in America again. We have to be prepared. It's important for us to understand and realize that we must plan for any situation by storing food, water, basic supplies to survive at all. We have to have these things. We must also have a lot of ammo and be ready to use it if needed.
And clothing.
Oh, yeah. Well, be prepared. But yeah, you're exactly right. And that's just the way it goes.
Well, you remember, Bobby, in our Revolutionary War, a lot of our men, a lot of the fighters, the soldiers back then, some of them didn't have boots. They were wearing just, basically cloth wrapped around their feet.
Yeah, exactly. That's what they were doing. They were taking their blankets that they had to stay warm with and cutting off strips and wrapping around their feet. And they marched through the snow that way.
And
And
that's
that was for this country. These people sacrificed everything to make this country what it is today.
that's why blood, sweat, and tears really means a lot to me, because I mean, I even do that in my job.
Yeah, it's not just an old rock band.
I do that in my life. Yeah, it's like, I'm used to getting cuts. Hell, I'm one of those kind of people, and I'm sure probably Jim is, and I don't know about you, Bobby, but and even my kids, they get a scratch, and I'll be like, "Hey, how'd you get that scratch?" They're like, "I don't remember."
Yeah,
And
it's obvious to me that the demon rats have a hatred and a contempt for normal American patriots, Americans,
yeah,
normal American citizens.
oh, they hate us.
Oh, yeah, even if you're not a prepper or you're not a gun guy, if you support President Trump, they want to take you down. I'll tell you what, I want to mention Stony Stone. And I want everybody, if you don't know Stony Stone, an inglorious patriot, DM, Midnight Sun, and Sandra Ann McGibbon, as well as Dangerous Freedom. Florida Jim, Liberty Smith. Man, there's so many of us patriots here today that are willing to live and die for this country and for what this country is to us. To us, this country is our lifeline, and our president is the leader, and we have to support him.
Well, he is our first line of defense, to be honest.
True.
I mean, if he was truly against us, then I mean, cops would already be busting in our doors.
Well, the big thing for these demon rats is that they actually believe that history started when the non-citizen Muslim Obama was elected, and they are playing a dangerous game when they talk about the need to impose the brown shirt vision on America. And that's what Antifa is. Antifa is nothing but the military arm of the Demon Rat Party. And I'm going to tell you, if Antifa is all they have to fight against us, it's going to be a very, very quick war. It's not going to last long. In Israel, they had the 7-day war. Well, if the Democrats want to come against us American patriots, it's going to be a 1-day war. It's not going to last very long at all.
It won't be one day, but yeah.
Oh, yeah, I can pray for it.
I mean, they're pissing off the wrong side. This whole flyover area, the flyover states, as they call it, the ones that elected the President Trump, that they want to impeach our president because I guess us rednecks aren't good enough for them. Yeah, we have all the guns, and we have the majority of the ammo too, and we're also the ones that aren't afraid to use it. So I mean, they're really, I don't know what those damn demon rats are up to, but if they think they're going to get power, they're going to be put on their ass. All I can say, they will be put on their ass, and in a quick manner. And I don't care how many cops they might have, because even the cops are going to be afraid to come to doors after this shit goes down. And half the cops, from what I understand, is a lot of these policemen, they already have bug out locations.
Oh, yeah.
So when it hits the fan, they're leaving their post and they're like, man, nope, I'm not even going to try this.
Well, I agree with American Armed Patriot when he said, I don't believe our military will allow the demon rats to remove Trump. And as far as I stand,
I hope he's right.
I'm going to tell you right now, I stand locked and loaded to protect our president, to protect our country and our Constitution and our way of life. And they're trying to destroy our way of life, and we've got to stop it. They're attacking us on the border. They're attacking us, behind closed doors. It's a never-ending battle for the demon rats to take down our president and we American patriots. They want to take us all down. They would be very happy if they could just wipe us off the face of the earth.
Yeah.
You know, Hillary Clinton was talking about if this was Earth 2, she would be president.
Like I said, fantasy land.
Exactly. That's why I said that.
Land. Fred mentioned a few minutes ago that to unblock Stony Stone. Did you accidentally block Stony?
If I did, it was a total accident. I don't think I did.
Huh.
I swear, I don't think I did. Let me look. Oh, my chat's not going back. No, I didn't block Stony.
Speaking
If
of,
I did,
join in one of our chats one of these days. Yeah, I think.
Oh no, I'll have to check it out because I did not block him. All I did was click on his name and show what he was trying to say. So if I blocked you, Stony, I'm very sorry, brother. I will fix that. I promise. I don't know how that happened, and I can't go back that far in the chat.
Yeah,
It won't let me go, but so far.
I scrolled back and I didn't see it either. I'm not sure what happened there, but yeah.
Well, if that happened, it was a total accident. I mean, all I did was click on his name and show that. Matter of fact, I don't even know how to block anybody, so we'll see. I'm really not sure. I don't think I blocked Stony. He told me that he had to run. He could only stay in here for a few minutes, that he had something to do. So Stony, if I blocked you, man, I am so sorry. I tell you what, I need to be a whole lot more tech savvy, and that's a fact.
Yeah.
I'm learning this stuff as I go, and honestly, I don't even know how to block anybody. I'm not going to mess with anybody else because I sure don't want to block anybody else. So I'm going to leave the chat alone.
From what I understand, it's fairly easy to block people if you just accidentally click the wrong button. I've had it happen on my phone now, but
well, you keep talking for a minute.
Okay. Okay.
I'm going to step back up here and see if I can
introduce Effie Loves America. She's beautiful too. Like I said, I love these beautiful patriot women. I see we got Melody in the chat. NorCal on the right. Darla. Hello, Darla. Patty. Hello.
No, I don't see where I did that. If I did, it was a total accident. And I'm sure Stony will understand that my computer skills are not the best. And if I did block him, I'll give you my utmost apology.
Oh, okay. I guess DM is saying it didn't happen tonight. It happened last night, or oh, you gotta unblock his original channel.
Well, I didn't know he was blocked at all.
DM
he was just in here a few minutes ago.
Yeah, I saw him too.
Yeah, I don't understand that. So y'all have to forgive me. It was total accident. If I did that, it didn't show up on my screen that I blocked him. So I will correct that, I promise. That really kills me when I do stuff like that.
You know, it's kind of weird.
Oh, that was his backup channel, Dangerous Freedom. Okay.
Okay.
I'll have to call Stony when I get off of here and find out what's going on. Now, Stony is a true patriot and a dear friend. I would never block anybody in this chat. Everybody here I consider a friend. And believe me, if I do something stupid on here by pushing these little buttons, I do apologize. Don't laugh at me.
No, I had an incoming call. I'm back.
Okay. Okay, God Bless America says you may have had assistance from you know who to. Because I swear to God, I didn't block anybody. The only thing I did was put his chat, on the screen. I wouldn't even know how to block anybody on here. Oh, well, Willman says he accidentally lost his wife's credit card. So I guess that's worse than blocking somebody by accident.
Willman, send it to me.
We're as American patriots, we're armed. And we stand strong on the very dirt that's under our feet, ready to kill those trying to push them off. The reality is people will die in the process of saving America, but most of the dead and dying will be those who support the left. And I believe that in my heart of hearts, that the Democrats will never have any force of any kind that can stand against us armed American patriots.
Pete in the chat says it was the Russians.
You know, American patriots with small arms are a deadly threat to the armed forces of the left, Antifa. Now, after about a month of being attacked with hit and run tactics organized by guerrilla groups and militias, I believe the left will have no choice but to surrender. Don't think for one moment that patriots are weak and unorganized. Millions of us patriots will fight and will risk death to defend our country. And that's just the way we have to be. We have to stand strong for our country and for our president. That still bothers me about Stoney. That's crazy. But
well, I'm sure he'll understand.
Yeah, well, like I said, the last thing I saw him say was that he had to leave. He had to go do some stuff. But
DM knows what she's talking about.
Yeah, so if follow Stoney Stone, yes. Thank you, DM.
Yeah,
Try to help me correct my screw up there if that's what I did. Oh, God Bless America says I miss my ex-wife, but my aim is getting better.
That's a good one. I like that. Ski Man has a good one. Build an AR while you still can.
Yeah, amen. You know, I don't believe the left are really prepared for the possibility of death. I don't think that they even think that they could lose.
Goodbye, History B. See ya.
Bye, History B. Gotta go. Love you. You know, the left, you know, may in fact split us. And that's what they want. They want to split us apart. But they're really afraid of a true fight. I don't think they want a real fight. I think they want to take us down politically because they're too afraid to fight. I know that Joe Biden said he'd like to take Trump out behind the gym and beat his butt. Yeah, what a joke is that?
I think Joe, Joe called him out on that, right? Take him behind.
I think what the left needs to be afraid of, they need to be afraid of pushing us too far. They need to be afraid of pushing us to the limit to where we have no other recourse than to fight. And I know that you and I, along with everybody in this chat and many thousands, maybe even millions of American patriots are willing to do the same thing.
Yeah, if not millions, it's way up there. Yeah, there's many of us. A lot of us keep it a lot more hidden than others. You know, like I'm not going to start naming names, but I know there's a few in the chat here that they're ready to go. You know, at the first call.
Amen. We all have to stand together as American patriots. Armed American patriots says good always wins in the end. Always.
It does.
And as long as you're an American patriot that believes in God, family, and the Constitution, and you stand strong for America, they can't defeat us. They can't defeat us. So, I don't want to die.
No, none of us do.
But I'll tell you what, I spent 6 years in the military prepared to die if I were ever needed. If I was ever sent, I was prepared, because you go to war, you never know who the dead are going to be and who the survivors are going to be until it's all over. We need to prepare now for the fight, because it's coming to our towns and our neighborhoods. Even if you believe it or not, it's coming. History will prove me to be right. I promise you.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, it will. You know, I have a scenario I want to throw on you, Bobby.
Sure.
Okay. So, you know, yeah, Trump is always coming out, oh, our economy is booming, it's doing great, lowest unemployment for everybody ever.
Right.
What happens if our dollar fails, if our economy collapses?
Well, that's one thing they've been talking about. They've been talking about that exact same thing, is taking down our financial system, you know, and throwing us into financial chaos. And that's just another avenue that the Dems are going to try to use against us, because they can't face us face to face in a fight. They cannot stand toe to toe, nose to nose with an American patriot and survive. It won't happen. Let's see. Fred Knott said, did not. Uh-oh, he jumped away from me there. See if I can bring him back. Just order more of 50 Beowulf ammo. You ain't got a 50 caliber shell there on your desk, do you, Ron?
What's that?
You don't have a 50 caliber shell on your desk there, do you?
Oh, actually, yeah.
I know you've got 223s and 5.56 and 7.62. Let's show everybody what a 50 caliber looks like.
Oh yeah, I can do that. That's no problem. Okay, so
hold it up. Hold the 50 caliber round up beside a 223.
Oh, this is actually the AK round, the 7.62 by 39.
Look, wow, look, that's a 7.62, people. That's the same caliber as a M60 machine gun. But look at that 50 caliber round.
This right here is one heavy pill. I mean, when you want to make a hole in something, this is what you want. If you want to shoot something at about 500 yards down range, that's when you want the AR.
Show that.
We've also
that bullet again. I want to see that 50 caliber beside those others.
Oh, you know what? Well, I don't have a 223 on hand. I've got an empty shell. This is a 223 shell, and that's the 50 caliber. And if you remember, there was that one congresswoman, I think, or I don't remember what she was, but she's all like, "Oh yes, the AR shoots 50 caliber bullets," and I was like, "I want to see that. I want to own that gun. I'll go, I'll go build my own a 50 caliber AR. Holy crap! Do you know how big the gun needs to be to fire that? Freaking huge."
Well, I was blessed when I was in the military. I was an armorer, as well as a clerk. But it was my job to take care of the weapons in the arms room and to maintain them and all that. And I got the opportunity to shoot a 50 caliber. And I'm going to tell you, man, that is one awesome gun. I mean, you got to have it mounted on a Jeep or a truck or on a tripod. I can't imagine the 50 caliber Beowulf and shooting it. That's got to be an awesome.
Oh yeah, Fred, what does that shoot? 240 round, 250 round projectile. Fred. I'm not all. Yeah. Okay. So what's the bullet weight on average, Fred?
Yeah, Fred, let us know this stuff. AR-15 can shoot a 50 caliber round. It's called Beowulf. Yeah, you're right, brother.
It's not a small round, even out of a handgun. Yeah, 4.58. Yeah, the SOCOM. Yeah.
Yeah. Fred knows his guns. He not only knows scorpions, he knows guns as well. Yeah, and I know scorpions are one of your favorite animals or insects or whatever they are.
Fred now, yes. Yeah, Fred is friends. He's a scorpion whisperer, I guess. I don't know.
Wow, 400 grain for a 50 caliber Beowulf.
That's a heavy pill. That is a very heavy pill.
Yeah, and Ski Man says 600 to 700 brains. I think he meant grains
for the BMG
for a 50 caliber MG. That's a hell of a round right there.
That is one.
Believe it or not, when I was in the military, my platoon sergeant was in Vietnam as a ranger, and he was shot with 3 50 caliber rounds and survived. It's completely destroyed his pelvis and put his guts on the ground. That's a bad bad round right there. And
It couldn't have been the 50 BMG, dude. He would have been killed. I think
well,
you.
it hit him. It hit him in his butt, and it just shattered his pelvis and laid everything else on the ground. It's a miracle he survived 3 rounds of a 50 caliber. But
Was that out of a handgun or out of a?
I don't know. He was in Vietnam. It was probably from a mounted 50 caliber somewhere. But yeah, he survived that, and that was only by the grace of God. I think he spent almost 2 years at Walter Reed.
Yeah,
trying to survive it. He had many surgeries. So you don't want to be shot with a 50 caliber round.
I don't want to be shot at all. I don't care if it's with a 22 or a BB gun for that matter. You shoot me with a BB gun, you might want to be running really fast the other way.
Jeff Brandau said he's had his since 1964. And Harley G said that scorpions are really cool, Fred. And I know those are some of your favorite animals there, Dangerous Freedom. You got a lot of them there in Arizona.
Well, you do, and they're not friendly. They're not very friendly. I've never taken one in and given it a home.
Well, God Bless America said that Fred Knott use scorpions for moving targets.
Oh, yeah. That's a hell of a target. Oh, hey, I wanted to show off this new light that I got.
Sure, go ahead.
If you all remember Jared over at Guns and Gadgets, well, on the 25th of October, Olight was doing a special giveaway, or not giveaway, but if you order a UV flashlight from them, they would donate all the proceeds to Jared.
Okay, you're blinding me.
Okay, sorry. But no, this is the UV light. So you can see scorpions. You can also see bodily fluids. And so anyways, I went ahead and I checked out a few things. I was looking around my room and everything was clean, even my sheets, which honestly, I was a little amazed.
Okay, let's don't go there, Dangerous Freedom.
But no, everything was clean, but no, this thing, it really is, it's pretty cool. You know, you can look around and you can see a lot of stuff with that. Anyways.
Oh yeah, Ski Man says my brother during training had a band stand up in front of him, and he was hit with a 50 caliber.
Oh, tracer.
MG tracer round and killed instantly. I'm sure. That was one thing I enjoyed in the military though. When we'd do night fire, man, I loved fire. Every third round was a tracer round, and it was something seeing 50 guys out there shooting targets, you know, down range at night, and you know, you'd think that when you shoot a bullet, it's going to travel straight and it's going to hit the target and that's going to be it. Man, I'm going to tell you what, those tracer rounds would go down range, and when they hit the target, they would go up to the left or up to the right, straight up.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't travel in a straight arc once they hit a target.
They they decline fast. Yeah.
What's one thing about an AR or an M16? People don't realize it, but the bullet actually tumbles out of an M16. It doesn't spiral. It actually tumbles. And so if you get hit with a M16 round, it could hit you in the knee and come out your shoulder because it tumbles. It just rolls right through your body. That's why so many people were maimed by using an M16. Let's see, anything in the chat going on? Fred Knott said 50 BMG.
And forget
about it. You're right, brother. Fred, I'm going to tell you what, when the shit hits the fan, and pardon my French, I guess I owe you some money, DM, but when it all hits the fan, I hope I have Dangerous Freedom and Liberty Smith and Fred Knott and Kevin Moore and God Bless America and all these people standing right beside me or right behind me. I don't want anybody to stand in front of me. I don't want anybody to take a round for me. But I want to be right there on the front. I want to be in the fight.
Well, like I say, chances are likely when that happens, I'm not going to be standing behind you or in front of you. I'm going to be standing beside you.
Amen, brother. And that's what we all have to do. We all have to stand together. And
that goes for everybody in this chat. When the fighting goes down, I'll stand beside you. Hell, I might be the guy hiding up in the tree. I'm all about guerrilla tactics. There's no such. I won't be wearing a red or a blue coat. You know, I'm no.
Well, I'll tell you, I've been looking at a 22-250.
Oh yes, yeah,
and that's a good sniper gun.
yes,
You
definitely.
know, it's a single shot,
Hey,
but you only need one shot.
yep, you get the right scope on that thing, and you'll make the kill shot first shot every time. Just saying.
Ski Man says he's going to be up on a perch.
Yep.
And DM said more cuss jar money. Yay. Okay.
DM. Yeah, I gave her on the last stream we did. I gave her like 556 for a cuss jar.
That's one thing I can say about you, Danger of Freedom. Whenever you send a PayPal, it's either a 223-556-7.62 or 1976.
Yep, seven. Yep.
Yeah. But I want to tell you what, we're over 9 o'clock, and it went really fast.
Yeah.
Liberty Smith, that's right, brother. Cover and concealment, well versed. Just saying.
Yeah.
So we all have to see. D.A. Archer said, "Deplorable Bobby, I'm still in an airplane. Just let me know where you guys plan to be." That sounds like a winner, brother. And I know that if it ever hits the fan, I left off the SH there, but if it ever hits the fan, we're all going to stand together. We may stand alone, but as an individual, but we all stand together for God and country and family. And I'm going to leave it with that tonight. Ron, if you have anything you'd like to add before we go, feel free. You have the string.
Oh, okay. Now I got everybody's attention. No, it's really been a pleasure here. I love all you guys. You all come out and you're big support, because I'm not trying to have a huge platform, but even though I'm not trying, you guys are helping me out, and you're actually pushing me to the point where, hey, I need to get out there and make more content, and I appreciate that. I really do. Yeah, I am a hardworking man, but I don't mind coming out and making short videos throughout the week. Maybe take 20-30 minutes, make a video for people, and I get pretty good responses. I enjoy it. I enjoy all of you, and Bobby, you especially, my brother. Can't wait till we meet.
Can't believe Dangerous Freedom and I met because he won my silver bars.
Yeah.
What was it, back in May, I think?
Yeah, it was quite a while ago.
Yeah, man, you're a dear brother and a friend. And Liberty Smith, he says we are connected spiritually, even if we're not together, and that's a fact.
Yeah. Yep.
And I love you, Liberty. Thank you so much, Bob, for being here. D.A. Archer and DM, God bless America, Ski Man. And I can't name all of you, but I want to thank all of you for being here and sharing a little time with us. And Ron, I want to especially thank you for coming in on short notice.
No, hey, what do you think of the new backdrop? Pretty cool.
Oh yeah, you got to look at that. Yeah, I love the Punisher. Yeah, it says liberty or death, Second Amendment. That's cool, Ron. I know you got 2 of them, so I'm expecting one in the mail.
Oh, I've got more on the way.
Okay, we'll send one to everybody in the chat.
I like the color in the backdrop on this one.
Oh yeah, I love it. Yeah, great.
Freak.
Yeah, you can send me one of those extra ones you got there.
Okay.
Now I sent you a camera, so send me a flag.
There you go. Okay, that's a fair trade there.
But Ron, I do want to thank you for coming in on short notice. Alex, Disabled Vets Perspective, was going to come on tonight, but his son came home from the Philippines, and he brought a Filipino bug with him, and it looks like Alex got a hold of it, or it got a hold of him, and he is not feeling very well. So everybody, keep Disabled Vets Perspective in your prayers. Alex is a dear friend and a true patriot, and he does great content. Maybe I can get him on here again, maybe next week. So I want to thank Disabled Vets Perspective, and everybody pray for him, okay?
Oh, DM, yeah. Don't forget tomorrow night at
9 o'clock.
Well, 6 o'clock. If you're on the West Coast, if you're like California, Arizona time, it's 6 o'clock. If you're on the West Coast, 9 o'clock. Yeah, DM and History B and Ashley, and well, they have guests on all the time. Beautiful women, smart women.
They always have great content, and they're great ladies. And yeah, DM and History V and Ashley, check them out. Uh, check out Disabled Best Perspective on Sunday nights. I go live Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8 o'clock. Tony Patriot on Thursday nights. And Disabled Vets Perspective on Sunday. And you never know when American Joe's going to come on. He comes on a lot of time right after me.
Yeah, he hopped in here, and after, actually, I think he might be live, so we should probably go over
That's
there.
what I was fixing to say. So we're going to settle this off and let everybody jump over to Joe and support him. I want to thank you again for being here, and God bless America. And if you'll bow your heads for one quick second, just a short prayer. Lord Heavenly Father in heaven, God, we thank you again for this opportunity to be with friends. Lord, I want you to go with us, Lord, and bless everyone here. Lord, lead us and guide us in the way that you'd have us to go. In Jesus' holy name, I pray these things. So be it, and amen. Everybody, have a great night.
Amen.
And I will see you Sunday night with American Warhorse. Manny's going to be here. So
Good.
Sunday night, check us out.
Love it.
Good night. God bless, and we love you. It's taking me a minute. I'm slow.